Hi guys, I got a discovery here. It has to do with the world situation, the economy, the politics, the lack of freedoms. I received a copy of the new Canadian $10 bill, and it's beautiful, and it won awards. Out of 150 currencies issued in 2018, this is the number one currency in the world for safety, security, beauty, history. And I'll tell you why. It taught me why the world is being stolen from us, and it's in this bill. First of all, the bill itself, front page is it's a vertical bill. It's got all kinds of security features. Again, award winning. The lady on the front is Viola Desmond, a young lady who was dragged forcibly out of a movie theater in 1940 something in Nova Scotia, Canada, because her skin color wasn't appropriate, they felt, to sit in that section of the theater. So she was a Rosa Parks before Rosa Parks came along, or the Canadian version of Rosa Parks, and she was protesting injustice, unfairness, and I think that still exists today, and this bill pointed it out to me. On the back, in the smallest fine print that you're ever going to see anywhere, is Section 15 of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. My American friends have something similar in their constitution, similar sounding, but I won't botch it. I'll read this one. Every individual is equal before and under the law, and has the right to equal protection and equal benefit of the law without discrimination. Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, Section 15. So when I saw that, my first comment was bullshit. I like the bill, I like the note, I like the hero, I like Canada, but the Charter of Rights and Freedoms is bullshit. The reason why is that I spent a lifetime in the financial industry, and for those of you who don't know it, the financial industry, banking, investments, are people who can create money out of thin air. Okay? Beneath the surface, we can work, craft, intelligently and secretly, and we somehow create this stuff out of thin air and personal IOUs. I write an IOU, the government it writes an IOU to me, we swap it back and forth, you get currency notes created, you get currency created, and you have to pay for it, by the way. Anyhow, 5 reasons why it's not fair, it's not justice, it's just us for the financial industry, and 5 reasons why we need a great reset. And I'm sure it's not the one that the WEF suggests. Number 1 reason. I don't know anybody out there watching this video, and I'm sure you're included in this. I don't know anyone who can create money. And I mean create money that is used in circulation. You can work and you can earn money, you can make money, you can steal money, you can do whatever you can to acquire money, but you don't have the magical ability to create this money out of smoke and mirrors, out of magic. My people do. The financial world does. We've invented the process somehow of being able to create money out of paper or whatever it is that we designate. It could be electronic next. But the ability to create it is something that puts one class of persons on a far higher elevated level than everyone else in the planet. Everyone else on the planet can't create money. Number 2, we can use that money to bail ourselves out, bail out the financial industry, bail out the banks, bail out Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan. Whoever makes billion-dollar mistakes can also create billions more worth of IOUs and bail themselves out of all their problems. I don't know anyone watching this who's able to do that as well. So that's 2 vast inequalities that place one class of people a billion times better off than the next class of people, the next class of humans sitting right next to you. Number 3, how many people here can police themselves? How many people watching this can go out and hire your own regulatory body and pay them yourself to have your own private rental cops? You might be able to do that on a golf course or a shopping mall or a real estate property. Hire your own private security force But to be able to do that, hire private rental cops to police our behavior in the financial industry, and to say, trust us, we're fully regulated. When we bought the singing, dancing puppets, who we're calling regulators, is what I call corruption. And corruption, the definition of corruption by Transparency International, is the use of public entrusted power for private gain. Public entrusted power for private gain. The ability to self-regulate, for me to police myself, allows me to have a public entrusted power. I can be using the securities regulators, the banking regulators, the drug industry regulators, accounting, legal, pick your poison. If I can hire my own police and I can pay them, and I can have them give me favorable rulings, favorable status, the ability to be above the law, which you can't, then I've got a private gain that you're not even aware of, don't have access to. That is corruption. How many people watching this video are invisible to accountability, invisible to the laws? Again, it relates to self-regulation, but this time it's talking about how many of you are a corporation. Because a corporation is an invisible entity, a paper-based entity that has all the rights and benefits of a person, and can do everything a person can do, except a corporation can't be arrested, it can't be handcuffed, and it can't be jailed. Unless you point out otherwise to me, I don't know of any corporation that has been held to account in the same way that a human being can. So you are beneath any corporation out there. And that also is why I call bullshit on every individual is equal before and under the law. Corporate persons are ahead of you in the game, in strength and power, in ability to self-regulate, in ability to be corrupt, in ability to print money, and in the ability to have no justice applied to them. There is no justice system for billionaires. And that's what's unfair about the situation now. That's one of the things that's causing the imbalances, the huge economic and social imbalances in the world, is that unfairness, that injustice, and that pretending that just us serves as a substitute for justice. It's what George Carlin used to say, it's a big club and you ain't in it. The big club are the people who have invisible friends called corporations and lawyers and self-regulators, and can print their own money and can bail themselves out of all their own mistakes. I make a $1 billion mistake gambling on mortgage-backed securities in 2008. I go to my friends in the government who I can buy cheaper than a dollar store now. You can get a politician cheaper than a dollar store. I buy the government, and they will allow me to bail myself out. Did I mention exempt from laws? You can go to the Securities Commission in any Canadian province. It happens approximately 500 times a year over the last dozen years, give or take a few. And you can apply for permission to violate the law or to be exempt from a certain law. So if you're selling XL Pipelines or Valiant Pharmaceutical or asset-backed commercial paper, mortgage-backed securities, whatever, if you've got some crappy product in your company or bad inventory or a bad situation, you can walk into the securities regulators in Alberta, Ontario, Manitoba, BC, blah, blah, blah. The regulators that we pay our own rental cops, remember, in the financial industry, and you can apply for something called exemptive relief to the law. Now, the smart guys in Canada tell me that's like Stan Buell, Small Investor Protection Association, said that's like being able to go into the courthouse, apply for permission to drive your car at 190 miles an hour down the freeway. No one else can do that, but you have an exemptive relief document which says it's legal for you and you only to do 190 miles an hour, put the rest of the world at risk, not tell anybody that you can do this, and just go out and fill your boots. Pedal to the metal, man. That's what exemptions to the law are. And that is one of the greatest corruptions that I can point to. That is the use of public entrusted power, a public securities commission, for private gain. And I think that's it. That's 5 things, 5 reasons why there is no justice for billionaires. It's 5 reasons why your future is being stolen from you, and it's being stolen from you in the guise of people who are protecting you and writing up fancy little, sweet little statements that tell you that you're equal before the law. And I call bullshit. My name's Larry Elford. My book is Farming Humans. I should have called it Humans Farming Humans, because that's what this game is all about. It's about humans who farm their fellow humans. And I'm going to say, last but not least, that's not fair. If it's not fair, it's not okay. And if it's not okay, I don't think you have to play. That one might hurt a little bit to take that stand. But if there's going to be a reset, there has to be a reset of some of this fairness. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time.